Known for its sophistication, class, and luxury style, automaker Audi feels like an expensive tuxedo among a crowd of regular Joes. It doesn't have to be overly flashy or loud, but what an Audi commands is respect, and car owners of this German company also invigorates the swag that Audi vehicles have. With its signature four-ring symbol, this German luxury brand is known for both its performance, style, as well as its well-crafted interiors and its signature Quattro all-wheel drive system technology. But most importantly, the founder of Audi, August Horch, has a tale that's just as jaw-dropping as his luxury car brand. For one, August's career didn't start directly as an engineer or even having any sort of business background. His roots actually began as a blacksmith. From forging metals to founding one of the most successful automotive brands today, there's more to Audi than meets the eye. In today's video, we'll explore the struggles, successes, and story behind August Horch and his dapper car company, Audi. But before we rev up this video, go ahead and shift your gears to the like button. And if you enjoy these types of videos, be sure to subscribe as well. Now, let's start this wild ride. Audi has been seeing success in the global automotive luxury automobile market and has this incredible plan to win over its close competitors, Mercedes-Benz and BMW. But despite its stardom, only a few know about its complex history that began more than 100 years ago. Few also know about the heritage of the brand's signature four-ring emblem as well. I'll give you a hint. It represents a union. August Horch's roots. August Horch was born on October 12, 1868, as the son of the village blacksmith in Winningen, Germany. Even as a young boy, he has always been so fascinated by machines. Being exposed to metalworks at a young age, he began his apprenticeship as a blacksmith immediately after primary school. He then set out on his travels after passing his journeyman's examination. But his childhood fascination for machines manifested even years after. Horch decided to pursue studies in mechanical engineering and engine construction at the Technical University in Mittweida, shortly after being an apprentice and journeyman. Fueled by his passion and thirst for knowledge, he received his degree in the 1890s. Who would have guessed that the blacksmith's little boy would grow to be one of the most well-known personalities in the history of automobiles? To date, August is known to be the godfather of fast cars. Horch did not immediately begin working with cars though. His first jobs actually included working with water-related machinery. However, he was responsible for designing ship engines and also working directly on a combustion engine for a torpedo ship. The seeds were planted as his passion for designing and creating a powerful engine started to unfold. But in October 1896, his commitment to automotive engineering was finally laid in place. He was hired by what was then the world's biggest car factory, Benz & C. He was hired by Carl Benz Mannheim factory, where he quickly advanced to being plant manager for motor vehicle construction just months after he was offered the job. He worked at the company for 3 years until he had his own ideas as to what a perfect car should be. But there was no room for his vision at Benz, so he decided to move forward with his own set of ideas. Founding his own company. Realizing that his visions will not push forward by staying with Benz, he decided to be self-employed. Shortly after, he founded the company A. Horch & C. alongside cloth dealer Sally Hertz. In the beginning, Horch's company simply worked on repairing car engines. But this did not stop the creator from intensively working on his first car. Soon after, he was able to test ride his first automobile. That time, it was actually still a motor carriage which was similar to early Benz vehicles. However, his prototype had no doors and came with candle lanterns, but for the first time with a friction clutch and cardan shaft. Horch has this vision of only producing, under all circumstances, to build only big, powerful, and reliable cars. But his innovations proved to be very expensive and resulted in low commercial success. He then searched for investors, in which August actually found believers of his new contraption. The pricey but excellent car sold in good numbers. The cars Horch created also competed in prestigious races with him behind the wheel. Funny enough, Horch never had a driver's license. However, just a few years later, his relationship with the shareholders soured, and they demanded changes in the company. He left, but the conflicts continued on. The birth of Audi. Horch was quick to get back on his feet though. He founded a new automobile company right away. The company was once again supposed to be named after him, but Horch AG fought for its trademark rights and sued their own founder. Unfortunately, or maybe fortunately for August, he lost the case and had to look for an alternative name. This was actually a blessing in disguise. During this time, one of the sons of Horch's business partner was studying Latin. So, the boy who had overheard the men discussing had this great idea of translating Horch's name into Latin. Horch, which means hark or listen in German, became what we know today as Audi. The very first Audi rolled out from manufacturing on August 24, 1910. This new company definitely took home the bacon, and Horch even won prestigious races with his Audi Type C, with him behind the wheel. Horch drove the car for another 15 years until he finally decided to donate it to the Deutsches Museum in Munich. This historical vehicle can still be viewed in the same location until today. Making history in the automotive industry. Audi's founder continued on his vision of innovating automobiles. In the early 1920s, his Audi Model K introduced Germans to standard left-hand drive and central gear changes. A mechanical expert in automotive technology, Horch also advised Berlin officials, granting them the knowledge and sage advice that put German automobiles at pedestals that we still admire today. With all his contributions in advancing automobile technology, he was then awarded an honorary doctorate by the Braunschweig College of Advanced Technology in 1922. Horch was finally seeing success in the industry he loved since he was a kid. However, the scene changed when the First World War rolled out. Audi was forced to build armored cars and mortars instead of cars. So after the war ceased, Horch also gradually retreated from being an engineer. He still made history in the world of automobiles though. He introduced left-hand control, which was later adopted almost all around the globe. Moreover, Horch also made use of light metal in engine construction, high-strength steel in gearbox production, and the introduction of center shifting. In the 1920s, Horch also slowly withdrew from manufacturing cars, and instead served as a member of the supervisory board. He actually attempted to venture into different fields later in his life. These ventures include growing wine and even breeding chickens. But his efforts were futile. It seems that August Horch didn't have much luck as an entrepreneur compared to being an engineer and businessman. The changing landscape of Audi. By the late 1920s, Audi continued to evolve their company. The global economic crisis forced Audi and Horch to get into a merger with a small manufacturer called Schopauer Motorenwerke, DKW, and the automobile plant Sigmar der Wanderer-Werke. This new group of companies was then called the Auto Union, and it has become the second largest German car manufacturer after Opel. This was when the iconic four-ring logo was born. The logo is composed of four intertwined rings that symbolize the partners of the merger. The four independent brands continue to manufacture independently as well. Horch was elected as an official in the supervisory board, and his cars eventually became a profitable luxury brand of the 1930s. The now-aged Horch was held in high regard as a technology pioneer. He, in turn, wrote a memoir called Ich baute Autos, which translates to English as I built cars. But then, another world war came along, and the construction of civil automobiles ceased. Horch After the War. After the war, Horch still lived to see how the Auto Union was re-established. Horch died in February 1951 as an impoverished honorary citizen and holder of an honorary doctorate. Today, The Audi brand has found huge success as part of the Volkswagen Group from the late 1960s onwards. The brand retained the four rings of the auto union as its trademark. Up to date, Audi is still on top of the line for creating innovative and fast cars. If August Horch were alive to see this, he surely would have been pleased to see how his vision came to live through Audi. Knowing the story of Horch, it's great to ponder on the idea that you never know how a person will be an integral part of history. Who would have known that a young boy from the small town of Wittingen will be making history all over the globe? August Horch proved to us that with vision and perseverance, you can grow to change the world. Despite his many failures and setbacks, Horch decided to bounce back from it, which fruitfully resulted in Audi being the brand we know today. On another note, Horch was not only able to fulfill his dream of creating fast, reliable, and innovative cars, he has also greatly contributed to the automobile industry as a whole. His creations and innovations are still being used up until today, and if not, are the basis for most vehicle manufacturers in this day and age. Are you a fan of Audi or own one? What do you think about the car's quality as of today? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to leave us a like if you enjoyed this. I'll be seeing you guys again on the next video. Drive safe.